I would describe the Child Welfare Education Collaboration, or CWEC as call it, as a partnership between the University of Texas School of Social Work and Child Protective Services. There's one of two ways you can participate in the program. The first one is as a student, working or interning at CPS, and then alternatively as an employee of CPS, going back to school to get your degree.
CWEC is really a wonderful opportunity to bring more social workers into the child welfare system. It's a way to really help train them and give them experiences that they'll be able to use when they work for CPS. I think really the idea behind it is that you can do a whole lot of preparation work for employment at the department before you even get there.
Another benefit to the Child Welfare Education Collaboration is that it encourages social workers in child welfare, and we know from the research that reaching permanency goals and better outcomes for clients, children, and families, we know that they typically do better when they actually have a case manager that has a social work education and a social work background.
I think the most important thing I learned on the program was that you can practice social work at a setting like CPS or like a state agency that's that big.
It really brought social work values about being strengths-based, about being client-centered, about looking at people environment, understanding cultural competency and diversity, how disproportionality affects the system, why there's this larger social justice piece to the work we're doing. It's not just about saying, assigning blame and kind of trying, to sort of bring a resolution, but to actually really help families grow and become stronger. All of that came from my time here at UT and especially in the CWEC program.
The CWEC program does a great job of giving you realistic expectations of what a job at CPS is.
Prior to enrolling in the CWEC program and being accepted as a CWEC scholar, I had already been employed with the Department of Family and Protective Services for almost 10 years. But as a CWEC scholar, it boosted not only my passion for child welfare and social work, but it challenged me. It allowed me an opportunity to take what I had, my work experience, and transfer it into the classroom and continue the learning process.
Really interesting to get cases handed straight to you that you worked from the beginning, that were yours. You had a lot of autonomy and control, and learning how to maneuver through all of these systems, school systems, on top of the legal system, on top of the child welfare system, and how multi-layered they are. I think one of the most valuable lessons I got was how to operate as a social worker within these large bureaucratic systems and not get completely burnt out.
And I think one of the reasons why CWEC produces such strong child welfare workers and CPS employees is because they really help them process what CPS is all about versus kind of just setting you adrift into the system.
You are dealing with substance abuse, mental health issues, co-occurring, substance abuse and mental health issues, multi-generational systems of poverty, of abuse, of involvement in CPS, the court system, sometimes the justice system, all of those things interacting, you learn so much.
I think that in comparison to some of my colleagues and people that I've seen kind of come and go at CPS, obviously we have really high turnover. And I think one thing that contributes to that is people get into the job because they want to help children. And that's a really awesome thing. I think that I was better prepared because I understood that I would not only be working with children, but I would also be working with a variety of professionals in the community, and also working really closely with parents who obviously have struggled a great deal and been through a crisis in their lives to come to the point where CPS is involved with their children and their family.
I mean, maybe something's wrong with me, but I'd do it all again. Because there's worth. There's worth. There is worth. There is significant worth.
I mean, I love what I do. I think it's a unique opportunity to have your skills, your passion, and your profession all collide. And I'm grateful that I'm able to do this work.
If you have a passion for children and families, consider giving us a try.